Hey guys, Ron, Don, and Jan here with a list video. We're going to talk about our top 10 favorite albums of 2017. And we're going to start from 10 and go all the way up to 1. So, I'll just start. So my 10th favorite album of last year was Orc by the OCs. So they're like this psychedelic rock band, and a couple standout tracks would be Night Expo, The Static God, and Jettisoned. Yeah, that's right.
Well,
Ian?
My top 10 album is called Jersey by the Mark Juliana Jazz Quartet. Just a backstory on him real quick, because really there's no standout tracks. It all just kind of flows together. He's one of the uprising jazz drummers of today, and he's someone I've looked up to in the past couple of years and have tried to imitate play styles or whatnot, and I really enjoyed this album when it came out.
Cool. My 10th album on this list is by a band called The Intervals. The album called The Way Forward. I really enjoyed this album. They're an instrumental band. They play metal.
It's like alternative progressive music,
right?
But it's still heavy.
Yeah, and a couple standout tracks on this one would be By Far and Away and Rubicon Artist for me.
Yeah. So going to 9, I've got Flower Boy by Tyler, the Creator. Just a super creative, introspective rap album with some standout songs being Forward, featuring Rex Orange County, Who Dat Boy, and Pothole, featuring Jaden Smith, actually. He's actually pretty good on the song.
All right.
My number 9 album is actually his number 10 album, Intervals, The Way Forward. And same standout tracks, honestly, but I'm going to add my favorite, which was Belvedere. It was kind of the more toned-down song on the album. So,
yeah. My number 9 album is Father John Misty, Pure Comedy. I enjoy listening to this album all the way through, but a couple standout tracks on this one for me is Ballad of a Dying Man and Birdie.
Yeah.
Those are my two favorites.
At 8, we've got another rap album, Saturation 2 of the trilogy by Brockhampton, acclaimed rap collective. Very good album with some standout tracks, Gummy, Swamp, Fight, and Sweet. Some just really good rap album.
My number 8 album is How Did We Get So Dark by Royal Blood. Standout tracks to me, Hook, Line, and Sinker, the title track, and that's about it.
I do like Hook, Line, and Sinker. Yeah. That one was really good.
My number 8 album is Ed Sheeran's Divide. I really like Ed Sheeran. He's a singer-songwriter. Everybody knows him. But for this album, the standout tracks on this are Galway Girl, Barcelona, and Nancy Mulligan. Just all super fun acoustic tracks to listen to.
Yeah. Well, going to 7, we've got Mastodon's Emperor of Sand. Super creative metal album with some standout tracks being Sultan's Curse, Word to the Wise, Clandestiny, my favorite song on the album, and Precious Stones. I think those really just sum the album up really well.
Yeah. My number 7 album is All These Countless Nights by a band called Def Havana that I discovered last year, right around the time this album came out. Standout tracks to me, Trigger, Love, and Happiness.
Yep, those are good.
Yeah.
My number 7 album is actually Harry Styles' self-titled album. Yes. I fell in love with his solo stuff, not his One Direction. No.
Yeah.
Anyway, standout tracks on this, Carolina, Kiwi, and Ever Since New York. Just all really, really great songs.
Yeah. Well, going to 6, we've got Forever by Code Orange. Super heavy metal band, super sludgy, super dirty. You gotta love the songs Forever, Bleeding in the Blur, which has this like weird singing part in it, which is really cool, and Spy. Spy's really great.
My number 6 is From the Fires by Greta Van Fleet, a basically copy pasta band from the 70s who reincarnated Led Zeppelin, even though only one of them's dead. Standout tracks to me, probably Black Smoke Rising.
Yes.
I can't think of the other one.
Safari Song.
Safari Song and Highway Tune.
Yeah.
Yep. You play that all the time.
Because it's the best. It's the best song on the album.
Anyways, My number 6 album is Their Dogs Were Astronauts, Neon Theater. This is another instrumental metal band, basically. So basically, favorite songs in this: Seashell, super fun, super interesting; Contortionist, super weird timing; and then Low Life.
Yeah, I've got something to add to it too. I don't usually like, super like instrumental metal that is like always like sounds super robotic, I guess. But these guys, Their Dogs Were Astronauts, they bring something new to the table, and I think you guys should check it out.
They add a lot of synth to it. And
it's
really
very weird and awesome. So going to 5, I've got After Laughter by Paramore. They completely changed their style up with this album. A lot of good performances on this one, and you've got songs like Hard Times, Fake Happy, Rose Colored Boy, Pool, Idol Worship, all great songs on this album. It's worth a listen.
Yes. My number 5 is Dear Desolation by Thy Art Is Murder. Very, very heavy Australian deathcore band. Standout tracks to me were Puppet Master and the title track.
My number 5 album is Nothing More, The Stories We Tell Ourselves. I hadn't really started listening to Nothing More until earlier this year, but Funny Little Creatures, Just Say When, and Who We Are probably my favorite songs on this album.
Going to number 4, we've got Flying Microtonal Banana by psychedelic rock band, progressive rock band, jazz rock band, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Gotta love these guys. Oh my goodness. This album's all microtonal. You got songs like Melting, Rattlesnake, Doom City, and Sleep Drifter. All great tracks on this album. Super good album.
My number 4 is Emperor of Sand by Mastodon. Standout tracks to me: Sultan's Curse, obviously. Probably Andromeda and Word to the Wise.
My number 4 album is by a band called Floor, Come Out You're Hiding. This is like, I listened to this all summer last year. They're just this really weird kind of indie band. The singer has a really unique voice. But standout tracks on this: Heart, Spoiled, and Hold On.
Nice. Going to number 3, we have The Dusk in Us by Converge. This, what kind of metal are they?
In your face.
In your face, like they're this super in your face metalcore. Different, it's not like the new metalcore, but it's just this brutal album with a lot of poetic lyrics, and you've got songs like A Single Tear, you've got Trigger, and then I Can Tell You About Pain is probably my favorite track on the album.
Coming in at number 3 for Jan is Trivium's The Sin and the Sentence. Standout tracks to me: the title track and Thrown into the Fire.
Yes.
Those are the two big ones.
My number 3 album is Paramore's After Laughter. It's just a wonderful album. Hard Times, Grudges, Rose Colored Boy, they're all just so good.
Yeah, Grudges. I forgot about Grudges.
Grudges is good.
Yeah, then you got caught in the middle. Oh my goodness. All right. Number 2, we're getting into the big 2 here. We got Harmony of Difference by Kamasi Washington. Super creative and mellow jazz artist and group Kamasi Washington just come back with this amazing 46-minute jazz album full of creative melodies and awesome vocals. And the standout songs, you've got Humility and Truth.
Coming in at number 2 for me is Nothing More's The Stories We Tell Ourselves. Basically, this song, Go to War, the lead single off the album, introduced me to the band, and I started listening to their whole discography. And it's just, this album really revolutionizes, I think, a new brand of rock and roll that I feel is going to break out in the next couple of years.
Yep.
Standout tracks to me: Go to War, obviously, Funny Little Creatures, Ripping Me Apart, Just Say When, Do You Really Want It? It's such a good album.
Oh, yeah. My number 2 album is Def Havana's All These Countless Nights. Higher up than his. But Ian showed me this band, and I love them. Happiness is probably one of my favorites. Seattle and St. Paul's. Oh, I love that song.
Yeah.
All right. Top album of last year, we've got Pure Comedy by Father John Misty. This guy can write one hell of an album. So he has these super introspective lyrics and these stories that he's telling us, with these awesome instrumentals that just kind of throw you in different directions everywhere you go. And you've got songs like Pure Comedy with these like jazzy instruments and acoustic guitars and stuff. And then you've got Ballad of the Dying Man and Birdie. And then Leaving LA, this 13-minute song where he's just listing off a bunch of crap, and it's awesome. And it's so good. Love this album.
Yep.
Coming in at numero uno for me is Stone Sour's Hydrograd. This was a very anticipated album for not only me and him, but like the whole metal community itself. Corey Taylor's big comeback to Stone Sour, plus first new album with brand new guitarist Christian Martucci. I feel like with this album they added a whole different introspective, like with their rock sound, and I feel like this is the sound that they've wanted to do for a long time, and they finally solidified it. And it's just so great.
Yeah.
Standout tracks to me, every song on the album besides Saint Marie and When the Rain Comes or whatever.
Oh yeah. Number 1 for me, I bet you guys can't guess it. John Mayer, The Search for Everything. Guys. Guys, this album is just all around fantastic because he hits so many different genres in this album. You have funk, you have blues rock, you have your singer-songwriter. Yes, you have it all. For example, Helpless, you got that blues rocking guitar. Moving On and Getting Over, you got that funky guitar going on. And then In the Blood, it's like it's this singer-songwriter. You hit on country, you hit on all kinds of different things. It has so many elements. That's why it's number 1.
All right.
And I saw John Mayer live. I'm gonna keep talking about
Oh
it.
my
Okay,
gosh.
no.
Well, tell us what you think. Whose list did you like more? We'll put like our top 3 in the description so you can listen to it, and catch us next time.
Thanks for watching.